In this video, we'll look at editing one of our smart wall art mockups using Photopea. Once you unzip the product you've purchased, you'll find that you have a PSD and a JPEG. So really the JPEG is just included for convenience. The main file is the PSD. Photopea is accessed online, so just go into your favorite browser and go straight along to photopea.com. You don't have to sign up, you can immediately start using the product online. So we start by clicking on Open from Computer and navigate to the appropriate folder and open up the PSD. Once it loads, you'll see an interface which is remarkably similar to Photoshop. So if you've used Photoshop, you'll be very surprised at how similar this product is. And like me, you'll be wondering, why have Adobe allowed this to happen? How comes they haven't sued? I have no idea. So if you look in the Layers panel, you'll see that we have the background layer, which is the mockup, and then we've got a couple of smart objects. The one which is in use is identified by visibility. So we've got thin frames in use. But if you want to experiment with the thick frames, just flip the visibility and go inside and have a look. So thin frames is the name that we've given to this smart object. And as you can see, it's a floating separate layer. So you can pick it up, move it around, or you can go to Edit, Free Transform, and then just drag the handles in and out to resize. As well as placing your artwork inside the smart object, we've made the smart object slightly more sophisticated. So if I double click to get inside the smart object, you'll see that inside it there are two further smart objects. So we have nested smart objects. So if we call this level 1, on level 1 you can flip from portrait to landscape simply by changing the visibility. So let's say we're going to stay with landscape. We double click to go inside landscape. And at this level, let's call it level 2, we can choose the aspect ratio. So all the common aspect ratios that you use for print are here available. And again, it will just be a case of changing the visibility. Whichever shape, whichever aspect ratio you want, you just make that layer visible. So let's say we're happy with 3x2. We double click to get inside the smart object, and that takes us to level 3, which is the innermost level, which is where you put in your content. So you would just click on this bottom layer and then paste in all the pixels of your artwork. The other thing you can do at this level is to specify the frame that you want. So here we've got a frame called Wood 1, and you can see we've got lots of other frames to choose from. Let's just go back to Wood 1, and now let's find our artwork. So this time we'll go to File, Open. Here's our sample artwork. Select All, Copy, and once the pixels are on the clipboard, we can then close the artwork and simply paste in what we've copied. And then if necessary, we could zoom out, Control minus, Edit Free Transform, and then using the Alt key, we can leave the artwork centered within the frame and reduce it down. And then press Control 0 to go back to Fit in Window view. So now we just retrace our steps. So we save our changes to the level 3 smart object, close that down, save our changes to level 2, save smart object, close that one down, save our changes to level 1, and then when we close level 1, we're back on the main file. We now have our artwork inside the frame, and we're still able to move it around and perform any transformations. So that's all there is to editing the artwork using this amazing program which is freely available, which you'll find at photopea.com.